the request to actually have the Constitutional Court, which will be featuring the war veterans led by Ruben Zulu, as well as also the the authors of the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. There was a request from another institution to have this court session broadcasted live. Because it is believed that it is in the public interest. But guess what? The Constitutional Court that is controlled by the architectures of Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, they are afraid of being exposed and embarrassed. They know that they don't have facts to actually defend themselves when it comes to Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026. So they have opted not to grant permission for the session to be aired live. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe has rejected an application by Sources Media Network to conduct live courtroom coverage of the highly anticipated Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 case set for a hearing today. In an official letter issued yesterday by the Constitutional Court, the Judicial Service Commission confirmed that the request for live broadcasting from inside the courtroom has been considered by the Chief Justice following an urgent application and a case management meeting held the same day. Sources Media, through its lawyers, Atherstone and Koch, had requested permission to provide live coverage of the matter involving Ruben Zulu, Godfrey Zwabeda, Kurira Shorai Nyama Joseph Chinyangare, Digmo Ndia, and others versus President Emerson Mnangagwa and the Attorney General under case number CCZ 8 of 2026. The constitutional challenge centers on Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, a controversial proposed amendment that has triggered a fierce debate across Zimbabwe's political and legal landscape. According to the court letter, the media house argued for the matter to be urgently placed before the Chief Justice for determination ahead of the hearing. However, after considering submissions, the media house and the parties involved, the Chief Justice concluded that no sufficient basis has been demonstrated to warrant the granting of the request for live coverage inside the courtroom. The decision means that journalists and media organizations will not be permitted to live stream or broadcast proceedings directly from inside the Constitutional Court during the hearing. The case has attracted significant public interest because of its implications for Zimbabwe's constitutional order, democratic governance, and the debate surrounding attempt to alter constitutional term limits and other provisions through Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. Now, what is it that they are hiding by refuting for this Constitutional Court matter that is in the public interest? It is in the public interest because it is it centers around human rights. It is you see, Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 in Zimbabwe has actually generated a lot of concerns from the people of Zimbabwe. People are concerned, and it is bound to actually cost the achievement, the legal achievement that have been made by the current regime of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. And it is bound to, I mean, the aftermath, if this case is not handled well, definitely the aftermath of this case, especially for an individual like me, I don't expect justice to be served, but people, in fact, this is injustice. The mere fact that people have been denied a right to watch these proceedings. The judiciary system of Zimbabwe, it understands very, very well that it is manipulated, that if they allow these proceedings to be aired, this would be watched by the world, and the world will see how substandard and how degraded the judicial system would be. And Mnangagwa would be exposed during this court session. The Attorney General would be exposed during this court session. And they remember in 2018 when they were exposed, in a matter between Nelson Chamisa versus the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. That was the worst, actually, court case. And even up to today, it is one, when you talk of the worst scenarios when it comes to the delivery of the justice system in Zimbabwe, that case comes into mind. When you want to talk about judiciary capture and judiciary incompetence in Zimbabwe, that is one of the cases that comes into mind. Now, what the Constitutional Court, court will be dealing with regarding this matter, they will have to come out clean, especially in determining whether Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa participating in the cabinet meeting that actually gave a green light for Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 to be implemented. And we saw a few days after that, the incompetent Speaker of Parliament, that is Jacob Mutenda, getting the bill actually running unconstitutionally. What the judges of the Constitutional Court has to determine is that, firstly, we know that Mnangagwa sought to uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Zimbabwe. That is the Constitution of 2013. He sought to uphold that Constitution. And the matter that the judiciary has to clarify, especially the Constitutional Court, is that was he supposed then to sit in a meeting that gave a green light for the Constitution to be changed, since his duty is to defend and uphold the Constitution? Was it proper for him to then order for the Constitution? And also remember issues that would be looked at, issues of conflict of interest, because he is supposed to defend the Constitution. At the same time, he is calling for that Constitution to be manipulated, not to be manipulated to benefit another person, but to benefit himself. So these are the issues that the court of the judiciary, the system of Zimbabwe, has to actually interact with. And it is definitely in the best interest of the people of Zimbabwe, because the people of Zimbabwe are the ones who vote for the president. Mnangagwa is not a king, as he goes around parading himself as a king. And as such, what people would be looking at is to see the behavior of the Constitutional Court judges. Already the Chief Justice, the newly appointed Chief Justice, has already demonstrated incompetence, has already demonstrated that he is not coming forth to deliver justice by virtue of not allowing this process to be public. Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, they claim it is actually a people-driven bill. If it's a people-driven bill, then it will be in the interest of the people to see those opposed to it, to hear the arguments of those opposed. to it, particularly if it is in the best interest of the people. This actually, what is being done by the Chief Justice shows that she knows, consciously, she knows that what is brought before the court and the instruction that she has been probably given, if exposed to the members of they know that if this matter is broadcasted, Zimbabweans are bound to react. They are trying to actually close ranks on anything that will cause Zimbabweans to go to the streets. That this is, it's just them trying to manage this situation. But the mind-boggling question is, for how long will this suppression of Zimbabweans continue unabated? Because at some point, this Zimbabweans will burst, and it won't be a good thing. Because we will never allow Emmerson Mnangagwa to create a dynasty. We will never subject ourselves to the dynasty of Emmerson Mnangagwa. No sane person, normal sane person, will allow that to be the order of the day. No matter, remember also, judges, just like what ZANU-PF says, that they write on paper a judgment. What is written on paper, ZANU-PF has proven that it cannot respect what is written on paper. And equally so, Zimbabweans are not duty-bound to respect what would be written by judges who are compromised, who are actually refusing the very same people who made them to be judges and who are sustaining them. Remember, we are paying for these fools who sit in these benches and actually not act in the best interest of justice. In fact, act in the best interest of those who are paying them to oppress the people of Zimbabwe. That should never be allowed to see the light of the day. So already, in my view, that case is already compromised by the mere fact that journalists would not be allowed to broadcast that particular matter. The process is already in jeopardy, in my view. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars.